What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to the Knicks Cave. I'm Jan, a Knicks fan, your host, and let's get right into it. But before we get into it, I want you to do me one small favor. I want you to hit that like button. I want you to subscribe, leave a comment. You want to know when the next video going to drop, hit the notification bell. All right, let's get right into this video real quick. Y'all already know the New York Knicks will be selecting at 24, 25, and in the second round, they have the 38th pick. But let's just talk about this number one pick for one hot second. I'm going to try to make this video quick. It's not going to be a long video. You got Alex Sarr going to the Atlanta Hawks, which makes sense for the Hawks to be interested in this player. The 7-footer have a lot of skills, shot blocking, his mobility, especially around the perimeter. He will become an addition to the defensively and net Hawks. While Sarr offensive game is currently limited, his potential as a rim runner mesh well with Trae Young and the team's up-tempo system. If his jumper can develop into a weapon, Sarr can be very dangerous. I'm not going to lie. He could be a long-term solution at the 5 or act as a stretch 4 alongside Clint Capella. This is a very interesting pick. A lot of people think that the Hawks might trade this pick to the Spurs. I'm going to get into it. I'm not going to be talking about any trades. I'm not going to be bringing up trades, but not moving plays. I just might hint at it, you know what I'm saying? Moving on to number 2, Zachariah. Like I said, I'll be butchering names. I'm just going to leave it right there. Zach has intriguing tools that should be invaluable for a Wizard team lacking the talents at every position. The JL Bong wing combines a fluid 6'9" frame with flashes of knockdown shooting and shot making skills. The winner of the Europe Cup Rising Star Award, Riser impressed most in the open floor, where he can grab and go off defensive rebounds and improve handle will unlock his athletic tools. I think Washington is going to really wait to see what the Hawks do. A lot of people have Cleveland moving up, but I think once the Hawks make their selection, it's either out of these two for the Wizards. If they go with Sarr, they'll go with Zachariah. If the Hawks go with Zachariah, they will go with Sarr. That's just my opinion. What do y'all think? Hit me in the comments. Let me know real quick. All right. Moving to number 3, you have the Houston Rockets. And here, there's a lot of talk. I know I said I wasn't going to talk about trades, but there's a lot of talk about Houston trying to go after my man Mikal Bridges. So the Nets might be in play. The Nets don't have a first round. Matter of fact, I don't think the Nets have a draft pick in this year's draft, so they're definitely looking for a pick. They're out there on their phones trying to make something happen. But like I said, no trades is going to happen, so we're going to stick with the Houston Rockets at this pick. And they're taking Matis Brazelis at 6'9" with elite speed and ball handling skills. He is a consistent 3-point jumper away from being one of the most well-rounded prospects in the draft. The Rockets may trade this pick, like I said, with so many recent first-rounders under contract already. But Brazelis represents a slightly different style of player that the rest of the Houston Rockets young guys just don't have. That's just my opinion. Let me know what y'all think about that. Do y'all think that the Rockets are going to stay with this pick, or are they going to trade it to the Brooklyn Nets? Then here's the funny pick right here, because a lot of people have the Spurs taking Steven Castle with this pick, and I know the Spurs want Steven Castle, but I actually think they're going to go with top pick with it, because they need a point guard to go with Wanabana. And I think if they try to sit back and wait to the number 8th pick and think that he's going to be there, I don't think Top is going to be there. But we're going to go with my draft right now that I got, you know what I'm saying, here. And I have him taking him at number 8. But with the number 4th pick, the Spurs should land a centerpiece that they're trying to build around with Winabama last season. Now, they got to surround the French guy with pieces that, can get it done. And Castle is one of them pieces, in my opinion. A well-rounded prospect, available. His availability has been linked to San Antonio since early this month. He's an excellent size. He has excellent size, on-ball defense, and secondary. His playmaking skill will boost San Antonio, who's looking to improve on both ends of the floor, defense and offense. Castle, like I said, I know the Spurs is interested in him, but I think they would take Topic, if I'm saying his name right, before him. But if they go with this, they can't miss the versatility that also goes with the flexibility of this roster. He would be a perfect fit. You know what I'm saying? Castle. But I think they're going to kind of switch it around. I know y'all see my draft up there. He's got number 8. They're taking Topic, but I think they're going to switch it up. But right here, I got him at number 4. Now, let's go to Detroit. Detroit, after firing their coach, I don't know what Detroit going to do, but I think they might go with Reed Shepard with the number 5th pick. The Pistons already have several interesting prospects, all of whom would benefit greatly from improved spacing. Detroit was abysmal from last season, shooting 34% from downtown. Shepard was historically good shooter in his freshman year, knocking down 52% of his three-point shooters. Despite his height, Shepard can be a disruptor on the defensive end, racking up 23 blocks, shots. This kid, I know he's undersized, but Detroit got to find something. Detroit got to find a way to put a team together. And Cunningham, he's that guy. I don't know. I'm gonna be real with you. I think they should try to move Ivory, see what they can get for Ivory. I think they will get a lot for Ivory. I know I said I wasn't going to talk about trades, but I think what's really messing up that team, Piston, is having 2 stars like that, or 2 young guys like that, who's not mature enough to know how to play together. Let me know what y'all think about that pick. Do y'all think this is a good pick for the Detroit Pistons, Reed Shepard? Hit me in the comments and let me know. Yes, sir, let me know. Let's move right along. We're going to go number 6. That's the Charlotte Hornets. Dalton. A few players in this draft have off his offensive profile, in my opinion. As diverse as Dalton is, he's an elite off the ball shooter, and is versatile, improved off his dribbling and scoring. What do I think about this? I know, like in Tennessee, I didn't really watch too many games in Tennessee. I don't watch that much college basketball. I catch a few. I'm not gonna lie to you. I like to go back and just watch tapes of players. But was at 6'9", and with his 6'9" wingspan, I think it would allow him to guard up to any position actually, depending on the matchup. Like if they got one of them all-stars, he's gonna have trouble anyway. But he's not a bad defender. He helps space the floor, for the Hornets squad, backing up LaMelo Ball. I mean, this is an interesting pick for them. I'm gonna be honest with you, very interesting. Now we go over to number 7, and that's if he's there. I'm willing, and I'm gonna be real. I think Portland was definitely snatch up Donovan Clegan. I mean, the presence of DeAndre and him, the off-injured Robert Williams shouldn't stop the Blazers from taking him. The UConn product has the potential to anchor any NBA defense, in my opinion, for years to come. With his massive size, his length, he's shown great touch around the rim while flashing some playmaking abilities. And let's be real, Portland allow opponents to make a league-high 68% of their shots within 5 feet of the baskets. So with his defensive skills, I can really see him. I can see Portland taking him. But like I said, number 2, number 1, there's a lot of talk. I know his stock have fell. Who knows? Like I said, it's going to be surprises in this year's draft. A lot of willing and dealing. But like I said, we're not going to go with any trades. We're just going to talk about straight through what's going to happen and who's going to take who. Number 8, like I said, I thought I would believe that it would be a switcheroo, that the Spurs would take Castle at the 8th spot and take Nikola at the number 4th spot. But I got him here. And at nearly 6'6", he put constant pressure on the rim with a change of pace. And let's not forget how crafty he is. He's one of the most gifted passers, if not the best passer in this draft, and would immediately unlock Winnebanner. I mean, Winnebanner would have a field day with this kid because he just looks for the open man. Although his inconsistent jump shot is, in my opinion, it's good enough. You know what I'm saying? It's good enough that he would be a threat that teams' defense would have to respect him. But the only thing right now is that partially torn ACL. This is why I got him at number 8, and I think the Spurs would kind of gamble that teams will let him slip because of that ACL. But I still think the Spurs should snatch up at 4 because they need a playmaker with Wanyambana. I'll kill that name, but I think they need to take him at 4. But I think they'll go with Castle and hope that nobody pick him and they can snatch him up at number 8. Now this next pick Ron Holland, a productive yet inefficient player. That's how I can describe him. For now, Holland, he's a prospect. He became a little, how can I say, muddled after he entered as ESPN's second highest high school prospect last summer. Undersized, in my opinion, without a consistent jumper, but he have an elite motor, and he's athletic. Let's be crazy athletic, and impressive ball skills. Should intrigue some teams. Honestly, I think he would go around 14 or 15, but I put him here at number 9 with the Grizzlies. I know the Grizzlies are looking to make a real difference with that roster. Fox is looking to see what they're going to do before he signed that contract. Before he make any decisions on his contract decisions, he's going to see how they, revamp that roster, and rightfully so. What do y'all think? Like I said, I want to know what y'all think. Hit me up in the comments and let me know how y'all feel, who should go where, and if I'm making the right decisions. Let me know. That's what we're here for. At number 10, Jacoby Walter. Now Keontae, I'm not gonna lie, he had a promising rookie campaign, and the Jazz may invest another first round pick on a Baylor player. I think it might be a mistake. But he's a 3-and-D guy. His skill set should help Utah squad that finished 22nd in 3-point shooting percentage and 30 in defensive efficiency last season. Walter certainly has an opportunity to carve out a role, either on the bench or possibly a starter. But I don't know. This team lack a true perimeter stopper, so this is why I think he might be a starter. You know what I'm saying? Because his defensive skill is off the hook, and the Jazz need that. They need that. Now let's move over to Cody Williams. This is a very interesting player because his brother over in OKC has performed way further than expected, in my opinion. Way further than expected. Nobody thought he would be that nice. That's Jalen Williams. But we're going to talk about his younger brother, Cody. Cody is a 6'7". Williams is 6'7" with a wingspan of 7'1", who should finally give the Bulls that 3-and-D that they've been looking for years. Like I said, he's the younger brother of Jalen Williams. Cody shot 41% from downtown at his lone season at Colorado. Ankle injury kind of hampered him throughout the year, but Williams can get to the rim and create for himself, matter of fact, as well as others. So this is a very interesting selection at number 11 for the Chicago Bulls. And with the talk of Rosen being a free agent, who knows? I think with trading, what's this guy named? Damn, his name slipped my tongue real quick, but y'all know who I'm talking about, the yellow man, trading him. I don't know, but this is a very interesting pick for Cody Williams. I think the Bulls, they would make this move. Y'all tell me what y'all think in the comments. If y'all think they have somebody else in mind, let me know. Like I said, now this kid next, we just got finished talking about Jalen Williams on the OKC, and we up for their draft pick at number 12, and Tejan Salon. Like I said, I'm going to kill some of these names, so bear with me. Pause if you heard this before. The Thunder general manager, Sam, take a lot of chances on young raw prospects with elite length and physical tools. We see what he did with Josh Giddey. Josh Giddey just got traded. With that being said, would it be the case if OKC take a chance on Salam, one of the youngest player in this year's draft, who 9-foot wingspan matches SARS, the guy who I think will go number one. He also hit more 3-pointers in the French league than projected number 2 pick. Like I said, I can't not pronounce his name, so I'm just going to say Zachariah Riser. Salon oozes with potential as a prototypical 3-and-D type guy, player. I'm just going to add this. You know, there's a lot of French players is getting drafted this year. A lot of teams are taking those international players, and I can see this league. The league is about to be global. I'm just going to be real. So the Olympics, I can't wait for the Olympics to start because it's going to be crazy because it's almost, let's be real, it's a even level playing field. It's not like when Jordan and Patrick Ewing and Charles Barkley was the dream team, you know what I'm saying? It's not the dream team no more. You can't go out and just dominate the, other countries no more because we have most stars that's from other countries in the league right now. You know what I'm saying? Tell me what y'all think about that. Y'all know I'm telling the truth. Now, at number 14, the Portland Trail Blazers, this was a player, Tristan De Silva. I did a draft somewhere, early mock draft, somewhere by February and January. And I had the Knicks taking this guy, or one of the guys the Knicks should be interested in. And I still think that if the Knicks was in this range, maybe because 14 is still kind of high for him, in my opinion, I would give him 16 to 20. But I see the Portland Trail Blazers taking him. I mean, because he's like a Swiss Army knife type player who can make winning plays on both ends of the court. He isn't the flashiest player, but he's a smart cutter who can guard multiple positions, rebound out of his area. He don't have to be right under the rim. He can get that rebound. Another Josh Hart type guy, hit open shots, make good passes. And Portland has a ton of young scorers who don't do the little things that can contribute to winning. And this guy is that type of guy, a glue guy. He just, like I said, a Swiss Army knife. He do just about everything. And I think Portland is definitely going to make this move for that pick. Like I said, I was interested in him, but the Knicks did very well this year, so they're drafting at 24 and 25 and 38. You know what I'm saying? For once, we're not a lottery team, and it's been a long time since we've been a lottery team because even when we was that bad, we had traded away our picks. So right now, the Knicks is in the perfect position to do what they got to do. This is why I talked about that trade earlier about people wanting to trade Julius Randle and the Knicks giving up the 24th, the 25th, and the 38th pick just for Paul George. Are you crazy? Are you crazy? All right, let's move right along. The Miami Heat, Isaiah Collier. And he's been linked to the New York Knicks as well. And the draft perceived as weaker than most. And I know I say it's weak, but players tend. I'm going to put it like this: there's no such thing as a weak draft. It seems surprising that a former number 1 high school prospect who averaged 16 points and 4.3 assists on 49% shooting in his lone collegiate season will fall out of the lottery. And yet here we are. He had a shaky campaign from long range and turnover problems on underwhelming USC squad raised questions about whether he can be a productive team player. I mean, if any team can fully unlock his potential, I think it would be the Heat. Eric Spoelstra. He's a damn good coach, and I think he'll bring out the best in this kid. I think he can do it. If anybody can bring it out of this guy, it would be him. I'm going to tell you right now, I don't think it would be Tom Thibodeau. Tom Thibodeau just don't know how to develop young guys. That's just my opinion. Hit me up in the comments and let me know what y'all think about that. Moving on to the 76ers, a lot of people linking the team to Bronny James, but right here, I have him going with Jared McCain. Jared McCain is another guy I did an early mock draft about. The New York Knicks should be interested in him. Surrounding Joel Embiid with enough outside shooting should be a top priority for the 76ers. And shooting has been a problem for years. Philadelphia has just one top 10 finish for, 76ers have just one top 10 finish for threes made since rookie campaign. Kane drained over 40% of his attempts from downtown. In my opinion, he would go right along right with Maxey. You know what I'm saying? Maxey can slash and draw double teams, and he would be open for that 3-point shot. This is a guy that I think the 76 would be very intrigued. I know you hear that he's linked to Bronny James, but let's be real. This dude averaged more points than Bronny did in college, and I don't know how good Bronny going to be. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to be real. He's not on my draft board, as y'all can see. He's not on my draft board. Let's do it. Here at number 17, the Lakers take Zach Edey from Purdue, the two-time National Player of the Year, averaged an astonishing 25.2 points, 12.2 rebounds, and 2.2 blocks in his final year with Purdue. The Canadian is also the best screen setter in the draft class, this year's class, an extremely valuable skill paired with one of the best downhill drivers like LeBron James. How Edey deals with defenders and spacing will determine his future at the next level. And what I mean by that is his footwork. He's got to work on his speed. Will he be able to hold quicker guys? Or when the league like to play small ball, will he be able to defend them guys? Like, I know a lot of y'all are attracted with Edey, but yeah, he has some downsides. 25 points is nothing to laugh at, but will he be able to defend most of these guys in the league today? I mean, like Antetokounmpo is very quick, or even a guy like Joe Embiid. Will they just leave him flat-footed? You know what I'm saying? Let's be real. Will he just be standing there looking at like, wait, where the guy went? Where he went? You know what I'm saying? But he is a good offensive threat, and the Lakers is probably looking to compare him or put him beside my man Unibrow, AD, and Anthony Davis. And I don't know. This is a very intriguing piece. The Lakers, in my opinion, are in shambles. I'm going to be real. The Lakers are in shambles. They're a mess. I'm not even going to call them the LA Lakers. They are the LA Fakers right now. I don't know what to say about the Lakers. Maybe they'll have a better year. And don't get me wrong, because I know I'm a New York Knicks fan, but when it comes to individual players, my favorite player is LeBron James. I just got to say that. I'm just going to throw it out there. My favorite player is LeBron James. And if you've been watching my channel, you heard me mention that on several occasions. All right, let's move to the Orlando Magic with the 18th pick. Now, this is a pick that I'm not going to lie. If the Knicks had a chance to get this kid, I would definitely love to get Cal. Cal is a center that I think is going to fit really well in the NBA, today's NBA, if you ask me. Let's not forget that, he set out, spurring the NBA following a solid freshman season at Duke before breaking out in his second campaign to earn All-American bid. At 6'11" with a real jumper, ball skills, and rim protection, Cal is the real deal. I mean, I'm not going to lie, he can be a stretch 5, and that's what Orlando need. Orlando toting out like a high usage for it. Like, Pablo playing that center position is wearing him down. Flips out, he can come in there with spacing, and he'll allow a much cleaner offensive set when he's out there. So when he's on the floor, Pablo will be able to get to the rim with ease because he's going to pull that big man out with his jumper. This is a real good move for Orlando Magic. And this move should make them dangerous probably in the second year or even the second half of the season when he get his feet wet, get the feeling for the NBA. But in a year or two, he's going to be one of the most talked about centers in the league. That's just my opinion. Hit me in the comments. Let me know. Now, this guy to the Toronto Raptors, I know another rumor. People are talking about them going, the Raptors taking a chance on Bronny James. I just think, like I said, that's just rumors. If anybody going to draft him, probably the Lakers. And if anybody trying to entice LeBron James, then they might draft Bronny. But I don't think Bronny should be a first-round pick. I'm just going to be real. Tell me what y'all think in the comments. Should LeBron James Jr., that's why I'm going to call him LeBron James Jr., because he's about to become a grown man making his own money. We got to stop calling him Bronny. Do y'all think he's going to get selected in the first round? Hit me in the comments, y'all. Let me know. All right, at number 19, we got the Toronto Raptors and a player that I was interested in. I meant to do a video about it, but I kept procrastinating. We're here. But Keyshawn George is a player that Toronto needs. I mean, Toronto needs to better the floor spacing around Scotty Barnes after just giving him that big extension. The Raptors have finished each of the last season in the NBA's bottom 5 for 3-point percentage. George, he can knock down, knock down a 3 at 40% during his only collegiate season and his best, during his only collegiate season, he boasts the size and length the club front office has previously converted into wing players like Scotty Barnes. I could see him, if they got on the floor together, they would be kind of hard to stop. Toronto, first we're going to have to see what they're going to do with Emmanuel Quickley. Are they going to give Emmanuel Quickley that $25 million plus that he's looking for? But this is a pick that I think the Toronto Raptors should be thinking about making. Y'all tell me what y'all think. I'm just saying. All right, let's jump over to the Cleveland Cavaliers. Now, Frumfrey is a player that I was interested for the New York Knicks. I actually did a mock draft, or not a mock draft, players that the New York Knicks should be interested in this year's draft. And if the Cavs want to move forward with Moby, they'll need to unearth some shooting at the wing position. At a shade under 6'8", Furphy is a fluid athlete who's shown the ability from deep, knocking down 35% from the three and hitting in his lone season at Kansas. Ultimately, Furphy is a prospect or a project, whatever you want to call him, but he's one of the most intriguing prospects and still left in the draft due to his size, his fluidity, and his shooting. And at number 20th, I think that he would be a steal for the Cleveland and what they're trying to do. I know they about to make some moves. They just offer $200 million to Mitchell. So this is going to be a very interesting draft. This is going to be a very interesting draft. Now let's go to the Pelicans, and I think they will be taking Yves Massa. He's a limited player. I'm just going to be real, without much shooting or passing skill. Still, at his excellent mobility and leaping ability, make him a prime candidate to be a lob threat at the next level. With Zion Williams improving his passing, and the pairing could become a great high-low duo. With Massa length could help New Orleans suspect interior defense, and with him going down low, he can throw. I mean, Zion can hit him with the alley-oop, or when Zion go down, he can hit Zion with the alley-oop. This gonna have teams kind of worry on both ends of the floor. Let's be real. Now, at number 22, this is a player that I also did about a video on, Tyler Kolak, that I think would be perfect for the New York Knicks because of his playmaking ability and his shooting. The Suns felt like Chris Paul absent last season when he got hurt. They had no true point guard running the offense. Kolak won't start from day one, but let's be real, one day he will, because he's arguably the best passer. The best passing guard in this year's draft. The Marquette product should contribute immediately as a clinical playmaker out of the pick and roll, and be a capable three-point shooter when playing off the ball. So whenever Chris Paul sit down, and who knows him, I'm be real, he just might be a starter depending what the Suns do. Like I said, I'm not going to talk about any trades, but I think there's going to be a lot of willing and dealing in this year's draft, and Chris Paul might just be gone, and it might be Tyler's job to run the Phoenix Suns. That's just how I feel. I don't think that fit with Durant, Bill, and Paul, and I just don't, hold on. I just don't think this is a good fit. I'm just going to be real. I just don't think how that was, how they had put that together, but with Tyler coming, I think Tyler can make a difference, and he can be that player that Bradley Beal isn't, especially the point guard, because once Chris Paul was gone, it just got funky for the Suns, and I think this would be a good move for them, in my opinion. Let me know what y'all think. Now let's move over to the Milwaukee Bucks. Devin Carter, a scrappy guard out of the Providence, is the prototype the Bucks wanted playing next to Damian Lillard. Measuring at 6'2", but with a 6'8" wingspan. Carter is an aggressive point attack defender who should be able to handle bigger players on defense. Carter, in college, the team asked Carter to carry the load offensively for a team that often struggle on that end. And Milwaukee, that 37% three-point shooting, in my opinion, will get better because he's not going to have to carry the whole team. You know what I'm saying? That's going to be Lillard and Antetokounmpo. So he's going to come in with no pressure on his shoulders. I know, like I said, 37% is nothing to scarf at, but I'm looking at somewhere about halfway through the season, he'd be shooting somewhere around 40% because he's not going to have that much pressure on him. He's going to be open most of the time when he shoot, playing with Lillard and Antetokounmpo. So this is definitely a good pick for Milwaukee Bucks. Now, I'm excited here because I'm gonna say one thing. I want to give a disclaimer. These are not my original draft picks. I got this from the Score, but I happen to agree with some of these picks. And right here, and I said it was going to be a surprise, and this is a surprise for y'all. New York Knicks get Kyle Ware at number 24. I know a lot of y'all heard Dunn name, and Ryan Dunn's name, but this is a pick that I wanted. I did a draft. I actually did 2 draft videos about Kyle Ware because I think he is that good of a player, and I think the New York Knicks should be very interested. I mean, Ware dominated the Combine's athletic testing and measured 7 foot with a 7'5" wingspan. The Knicks love to value size and offensive rebounding in their big men. And with Isaiah Hartenstein potentially leaving in free agency and talking about trading Mitchell Robinson, the following is following his breakout season, talking about Isaiah Hartenstein, Ware could be the next best thing for the Knicks. An athletically gifted big man to suit up at Madison Square Garden. I think this kid has it all. I think he's going to be special. I'm not saying he's going to be no Shaq type center or Kareem, but I think he can add to the New York Knicks. He will spread the floor. But my biggest problem is, like I said, Tom Thibodeau does not know how to develop young talent, and I think it'd be wasted. But I still want this kid on my team. Tell me what y'all think in the comments. Hit me up. Let me know. I know y'all been hearing me talk about this guy for some time now. That's because I'm in love with Kyle Ware. All right. Now, here's another surprise. We're going to go with Carlton Carrington for the New York Knicks. New York can afford to make a swing on Carrington upside with this extra first round pick. I know he's only 18 years old, but he has elite size at the point and shot making ability. Carrington improvement as a playmaker and defender throughout his freshman year bodes well and could pay dividends down the line for the New York Knicks. In the meantime, his instant offense should bolster that second unit that we didn't have in the playoffs. And his defense, I know Tom Thibodeau would love this kid. Now, this is why I said surprise, but I would like this kid. You know what I'm saying? If we go with Kyle Ware and Carlton Carrington, we set because if y'all watch my last video, in round 2 at number 38, I have the Knicks taking Adine Bona, and I think Adine Bona is going to be a very athletic, explosive player. And teams is going to have to try to, figure out game plans to keep him off the board. And that will leave guys like Carlton and Kyle Ware open. Both of these guys can shoot it on the court. They can shoot it from down there anywhere on the court. So I'm really hoping that the Knicks go this way. Remember, I'm saying that if the New York Knicks don't make any type of trades, because we hearing talks. But these 2 guys, well, there's one guy I'm in love with. The second guy I'm very much intrigued with. So let's hope the New York Knicks roll that way. Like I said, this is a mock draft and nothing is written in stone. But I'm definitely in love with Kyle Ware. All right, let's move right along to number 26 pick. That's by Clintman. Bobby Clintman. What can I say? Given the Wizards, their dearth of talent, the Wizards might as well take a couple of swings at players in this year's draft. And Kidman had an up and down season while playing for the Canes in Australia NBL. That's like the second best basketball league in the world, the NBL. So he's not a slouch. None of y'all know who he is. He often showed his youth by driving into traffic and having careless turnovers, which is why he's recorded twice as many turnovers as assists last season. With that being said, there aren't many 6'9" athletes who've shown his sort of shooting and touch from downtown. He can shoot, but he's just streaky, and he's gonna have to work on a lot of things. Let's just be real. He's gonna have to work on a lot of things. Now let's go to number 27, the Minnesota Timberwolves, and this is Baylor Shraverman. Though he is, Baylor Shraverman, though his superb outside stroke with unlimited range is his greatest strength, Baylor underrated rebounding and passing made him one of the perimeter offensive options at the end of the first round. He'll be able to space the floor next to Anthony and Edwards and Minnesota, and team's excellent defensive unit can help hide his lack of speed and length. I mean, I'm not going to say he's underrated, but his defensive skills, he lack a lot of, but he's a very good, skilled offensive player, and he should be able to, space the floor for the Minnesota Timberwolves. But when it comes to defense, he's going to be a liability. So I don't really think that, he's going to break the starting rotation, and it might take him a year or two before he even make a bench. But once he get acclimated to the NBA, he's going to be a decent backup. That's just my opinion. At 28, I think this is a good move for the Denver Nuggets defensively. The Nuggets bench was the weakest during the regular season and ranked second to last in the postseason production. 14.8 points a game. Holmes led A10 with 20.4 points a game per contest last campaign, showcasing improved outside stroke and finish ability around the rim. The Dayton standout fills a need in Denver's front court, and his versatility gives the club some line-up flexibility on the offensive end and slightly on the defense. He still have to work on the defense, but he's better than some of the players that they got. Now let's move over to the Utah Jazz. Harrison Ingram. It took a couple of years, but Ingram showed why he was such a highly sought-after recruit coming out of high school after transfer to UNC. Standing at 6'5" with a 7-foot wingspan, 233 pounds. Ingram is a physical specimen who averaged 8.8 rebounds a game last season. Despite playing next to Armando Bacot, he has the prototype 3-and-D profile that NBA teams always convert for and look for in players. So this is an intriguing player for the Jazz, and Jazz should hop right on this kid. This should be a player they should take right off the bat. And we coming down to the last team, the NBA champions, and that is the Boston Celtics. And they will be taking Jalen Tyson. Tyson Chandler. Jason Tatum. I don't know why I was thinking of Tyson. I thought they had a Tyson on that team. But Jalen Tyson, what does Boston need after winning the NBA title with one of the most dominating playoff runs in recent history? Why not someone who can embody that? The Celtics' identity of prioritizing through it all. Players, in case in point, Tyson was one of the Tyson was one of two power conference players to average at least 19 points, 6.5 rebounds, and 3.5 assists while hitting 53s this season. Joining projected number 23 Carter. And y'all already heard what I said about Carter's shooting prowess. Now, honestly, I think he's going to go before 30th. But the players that I got there, I went with, like I told you, this is the draft from Yahoo. Draft from the Score. And I just happen to agree with some of them. But I think Jalen Tyson will get drafted somewhere around 20 to 27. I wouldn't be surprised if the Knicks don't take a chance on him. But this would be unfair if he falls to the Boston Celtics. It would be unfair. I'm just going to be real. It would be unfair. Tell me what y'all think. This would be unfair if Jalen Tyson was to fall to the Boston Celtics. This young man can score. He can basically do it all. You know what I'm saying? Basically, one of them guys that's just all over the court. This would be unfair if Boston was to wind up with Jalen Tyson. Jalen Tyson. Tell me what y'all think in the comments. Let me know what y'all think. I know I went on longer than usual, but this is the final. This is Knicks episode 5. This is Knicks off-season episode 5, NBA's final mock draft.